Kamala Harris has replaced Joe Biden in the race for the White House in November. So let's start with the positives, I should say. This is a woman that doesn't have severe dementia or suffer from shocking cognitive decline like her predecessor. So Kamala Harris's brain works. Fantastic. But that's about it. Whilst Joe Biden's actions were becoming increasingly confused and indecipherable, there is no ambiguity about what kind of president Kamala Harris would be. As the person responsible for the US southern border, in which over 10 million people have entered America illegally since 2020, she will clearly pursue an effective open borders policy in the United States. Now, why would that be? Is it an attempt to gerrymander American democracy and flood the country with so many migrants that the Democrats stay in power forever? Is it incompetence, with the Biden administration having simply failed to protect their national boundaries? Or is it philosophical? Perhaps Kamala Harris believes that borders are a bad thing. If so, that's fine. But understand that is communism. Welcome to the parallel universe that Kamala Harris inhabits. Now, it's patently obvious to anyone with eyes and ears that Joe Biden has not been running the country for the last 4 years. But whoever has enjoyed the unquestioning support of Harris as vice president. She owns the eye-watering inflation, which has made misery for ordinary Americans. She owns the money printing, which has seen US debt spiral to the point where this once great nation is approaching bankruptcy. She owns the wokery in America's public institutions, with primary school kids being told they're racist because of their skin colour, or asked which of 100 genders they think they might be today. If Harris becomes the president, she will be the wokest president in history. Don't take my word for it. Here she is in action.
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
May God help us. Her strange self-help guru act of incoherent ramblings is also enough to make you want to slash your wrists. Take a listen.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
And I eat no for breakfast.
360, when you're in the mirror, do you know what you see?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Everywhere I'm so Julie.
Mamma mia. And then there is the random and quite unnerving laughter.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context.
Terrifying. If she wins, Harris will continue the forever war against Russia. Now, don't get me wrong, the invasion was profoundly wrong. But Trump, for all his faults, has made it very clear that he will seek a peace deal with Putin. No such words of comfort from the belligerent Harris. It's almost like there's an industry in America that profits from war. Probably just a conspiracy theory. Now, I'm no cheerleader of Donald Trump. I doubt that he's fit for high office, to be honest. He's erratic. He's, got a strange relationship with the truth and probably has a mild personality disorder. And I do wish that America had an option like the heroic Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, who refused crazy lockdowns and mask and vaccine tyranny during COVID, keeping his state free and open, with the same or better outcomes than places like California that lock down hard for the duration. Plus, Ron DeSantis calls Florida the state where woke goes to die. My dream. But in life, you have to work with what you're given. And the choice between the wokest president in history, Kamala Harris, and the flawed but ideologically sound and economically sensible Donald Trump will be a no-brainer for millions in November. Why does all of this matter to you and me here in the UK? Well, because the US president is our president too. Given that whoever occupies the office is the leader of the free world and Britain's closest military, diplomatic and economic ally. Now, Mark Dolan tonight will feature two interviews with Donald Trump's son, Eric. Part 1 at 9:30 and part 2 at 10:30, just after the papers. And it's been conducted by my excellent colleague, Ben Leo. Now, we'll look forward to that. Like father, like son, it's a cracking interview. I admired Barack Obama as a statesman. Yes, I did. So shoot me. Probably shouldn't say that. And Bill Clinton had his talents when he wasn't chasing tail. Like Hillary said, he's a hard dog to keep on the porch. But in this race for the White House, Donald Trump is the lesser of two evils by a significant margin. You see, Donald Trump wants to make America great again. All Kamala Harris will do is make America break again.